Greetings from London. We'll start with probably Marina and I will start from explaining what Intently is, who we are, where we sit with the whole e-commerce sort of ecosystem. We will then sort of go via our main solutions and tools that we use to optimize or improve websites' conversion rates. Marina will kindly show some examples of different advertisers from different vertical, and I will jump into our dashboard. So there are little tools that we use, how we use, and how can you guys use. So we're going to go through the process as well, how you can join Intently, the process, which is quite straightforward. Anyways, if we probably jump into who Intently is. We've been in the industry now for over 8 years, and obviously Intently was born from e-commerce websites, a need to optimize the user journey and to improve the user journey. As you all know, through like purchase funnel, you investing massive money into actually bringing traffic, which is amazing. Hence, you have great net like CGO networks. You also have obviously other solutions like Google PPC, social, any other channels, which you obviously pay quite big money to bring that traffic to the site. You then, unfortunately, have probably conversion rate between 2 to 4%, and that's an average conversion rate in Europe. So imagine like between 96 to 98% of your traffic actually do leave your site without purchase. I mean, they might come back, they might, but unfortunately you do have competitors. You have other sites that offer probably similar product. The user may be lost an interest in buying your product, maybe looking for a cheaper product, and etc. There are millions of reasons why users leaving your site. You then actually spend lots of money as well following that user. So you're paying display, other tools that are trying to bring your user back to the site to purchase. However, I believe that the main advantage of your user on the site and actually using technology on your site is the best way, because your user is already on your site. So hence, you need to invest quite big money and actually convert the user on your own website, because that's the best probability for the user to convert, because they're already showing interest in your product, your service, etc. And then if they're on the site and if you basically show a relevant message and make an interest for the user to purchase, there is a bigger probability for you to convert the user. So hence, there is Intently. This is how we invented from basically developing solutions in order to improve site conversion rates. So just to let you know, we used to be a team of 16, which is very funny, like three and a half years ago when I joined the company. We actually went by a massive rebranding last year, which is amazing as well. So we invested quite a lot in a tech, which is our, predominantly our main sort of core of the company. And yeah, we now got 40 plus people, and we're fully global. So we do have office in APAC, and that's amazing, and gives us opportunity as well to sort of work with different advertisers around the world, deal with completely different verticals, and obviously develop products to fulfill those markets. So a second slide will show you where you work with different advertisers, whether they're SMEs or whether they're big brands, big groups, big sort of like all different networks and etc. We did won lots of awards, which is amazing. I mean, we just won an award like a couple of months ago in London, just to sort of maybe put why we're here today and why you need Intently. Is simply because your user needs it. So the user's perception and user buying patterns really changing. The user now wants everything at the click of the button. So hence, when they come on your site and they can't find something, or the price might not be necessary what they're looking for, or the delivery is too expensive, they're literally leaving the site. And hence it comes Intently with the solutions help you to convert that user to purchase. So I'm going to pass now to my colleague Marina.
Good morning, everyone. Lovely to. I can't see you all, but I'm very happy to be here. I'm very excited to be talking to you today. So what I will do now is I would like to talk to you about how Intently works and how Intently can help you with our solutions. So I will give you live examples of our solutions so that you can see practically and visually how our solutions can help you increase your conversion rate, certain elements that we take into consideration when we start working with an advertiser and our process. Because part of working with Intently is very collaborative. So we have an aspect of consultancy in our company, which means that we will analyze your website before starting to work together. And then based on what we notice, the solutions that we use are going to be bespoke, created bespoke for you. There is going to be a very high level of personalization, and there is to be opportunity of capturing users that would have otherwise left your website without purchasing anything. Like Gijo was saying a bit earlier, you have driven traffic on your website through a number of channels. Now, traffic is expensive. It's an investment that you have to make in order to get brand awareness for your company and in order to get those sales coming from your website. However, what do almost 98% traffic leaves the website without converting? With our solutions, we can help bring back those people. And with the level of personalization that we offer, we can convert the user by showing them messages that are relevant, that make their customer journey easier, and at the end of the day will bring that extra revenue for you as a brand. I'm going to share my screen with you as well, and I'm going to be talking to you about our solutions, and I will also show you a few examples of how these solutions work as well. So first of all, our solutions are very versatile in the sense that they will be branded for your company. So they will look like they're coming from you and not a third party. We are aware that there are a lot of different plugins that we can use, but the level of functionality that they offer is quite basic, and they don't give you the same level of insight that you would get with Intently. So I'm going to start a bit backwards compared to how you can see the solutions on my screen, because the most versatile and the one with the most targeting capabilities really is the one that I want to show you last. So here at Intently, what we propose is that we have a complete set of solutions that would bring users back while they are still on the website, but also when they've already left the website. So when we're talking about bringing back users that have already left the website, we suggest that we strengthen that bond with the user by using communication through notifications and email. The way that the notifications work is very simple. Users accept the notifications on your website, and then we can target them with personalized messaging. If we have a very, very varied set of products, so if we're talking about a brand that has, for example, hundreds and hundreds of products, and they're selling electronics or consumer electronics, then our notifications can target people that have been interested in a particular set of products. So somebody that has been on your website and looked at TVs can get messages that are related to TVs. We can also use the notifications to bring back users by informing them of your latest offers, or if there's anything that you'd like to communicate them instantly if you've got a flash sale. Notifications are useful to bring back the user when they're browsing somewhere else on a different website. Bring them back to your website and get them to convert. The email solution sits towards the bottom of the funnel, because it targets people that have abandoned their basket. Here at Intently, we have the capacity to collect the details and finish your transaction. So everything is going to go very smoothly because it's communicated to by a brand that cares about them, and we're going to have that extra revenue. Now, these solutions are going to help, together with the overlays, increase your conversion rate and bring customers. I said that I will leave the overlays for last because the analytics suite is going to be shown to you by my colleague Gitra. overlays is the solution that we are most excited about. So I would like to show you a few examples of how these overlays work. I'm going to just move to some examples of some brands that we currently work with. And I'm going to show you the type of campaigns that we can run together. There we go. I think we are with the screen now.
Yeah, okay.
Perfect. So overlays. What overlays are, they are personalized engagement messages. This is where the name of Intently comes from. It's the intention to buy of the user, with all kinds of pop-ups and all kinds of different plugins that are pretty basic in their functionality, such that maybe allows you to give a discount to a new user, or maybe it helps you identify a basic exit intent. However, with Intently, things are working a bit different, because we take into consideration hundreds and hundreds of criteria before we create one of the campaigns. I was saying that everything is tailored to the brand, so everything is created to fit your KPIs. And I have an example here from one of our advertisers in the UK. So first of all, this is our technology on the website. Our technology is integrated very easily via Google Tag Manager because we are a Google partner. So there is no resources needed from your tech team or your IT team. So if you have access to Google Tag Manager, then it's very easy to integrate with Intently. Obviously, everything is going to be tracked via Viv Networks because we need to have that transactional visibility so that we can see how users are interacting with our campaigns, how people are buying as a result of these campaigns. And you can see the different type of campaigns that we are currently running with Feel Unique. Now, because we have been working with them for quite a long time, we've had the opportunity to diversify the range of campaigns that we are currently doing with them. So we're going to have campaigns that are either very broad, so we have a segmentation of the kind new versus existing user, or in some cases, logged in versus not logged in user. But we can also have very, very targeted campaigns. For instance, Feel Unique had a KPI. They wanted to increase the number of fragrances that they sell. As you can probably imagine, it's very difficult to buy a fragrance online because you can't smell it, especially when you want to buy a gift for somebody, because you don't really know, is this something that they're going to like? Is this something that's going to fit their taste? Is this a good choice for them? So what we have done in this case is, for the people that are abandoning from the fragrance page, we have created a campaign that will target them specifically. And the way that it works is something that we haven't seen done by any other brand. So we can confidently say that it's something that is unique to us. We are giving the user a helping hand. So this is where the level of personalization comes in. Something that I also need to mention is that our overlays trigger on exit intent. So that means that we will not interrupt what the user is doing on the website. What we're going to do is we're going to help them when they are showing us that they want to leave. The average conversion rate in Europe is somewhere between 2 and 4%. In some verticals, so if you're working in fashion, for instance, typically the conversion rate can be even lower than that.
How does advertiser know if the website, if they have a good website? So if the whole structure of the website is good. So I always go, I say that it's very important to do an audit of your website yourself, is constantly checking users' experience. So I think just go on the website and see what's happening, compare your website to other competitors, which I think is very important. I go, because obviously we have competitors, that's life. I go actually by websites that our competitors are working with, just to analyze the website and see what's happening with the user's journey. And again, seeing your competitors is very important, because you might notice something that they're doing better than you, and you can maybe improve, or you can actually spot. Usually we spot actually a negative side on the competitor's website, which is very interesting, and then go back to your website and see if you don't have the same mistake. So we spot mistakes usually on a competitor websites and not your own website.
I'm also going to be talking to you about our thought process when we analyze the website. So I will show you the things that I look for before I have a call with one of you guys, because everything needs to be tailored to you. And if there's something that I notice that I think could be a bit improved in terms of customer journey is something that I'll always say without, without any reservations. Feel Unique have had a KPI that they wanted to increase the number of fragrances that they are selling. So what we have done is we have created an overlay that triggers only when users abandon from the fragrance page. So only when people want to leave from the perfume page. So that is a necessary rule when people want to abandon from the fragrance page. So what this overlay does is it lets the user have a more personalized, it allows the user to have a more personalized journey. So the way it goes is the user can take a quiz and they can answer a few very simple questions like, who is the fragrance for? When is this going to be worn? And how do we want the person that gets the fragrance to feel? And what will happen is they will immediately get redirected towards a page that has bespoke recommendations based on the question. So what we are doing is we are helping the user find something that is relevant to them based on a few filters that they've added. So the way that it goes is you can see the filters at the top. Sometimes users are not as attracted to input all of those filters because we are in the century of speed, 2022, and people want to find what they're looking for in a very easy manner. So what we've done is we've created this campaign, the Fragrance Finder, answer a few simple questions. How do we want this person to feel? When is this fragrance going to be worn? And then we are giving them a short list. So as opposed to having thousands and thousands of options to choose from, we are making it easy for them and we are giving them maybe 10 options that they can choose from that fit all of their needs. Something else that is quite interesting, I know this was one of your questions prior to our workshop today, is how we can make the difference between traffic sources. Our technology allows us to understand where a user is coming from on a website. So if we want to have bespoke messaging, let's say you're running a campaign on Facebook or social media, and you want to have a special communication that would help increase the conversion rate specifically for that segment, we can create an overlay. And one of the main rules will be this will only display if the user is coming from this source. If they're coming from either Google Shopping, either Facebook or other type of social media. In this case, this campaign has been created for Feel Unique to serve to only people that are coming from Google Shopping. So only people that want to abandon the page after they were redirected from Google Shopping can see this campaign. So we are first of all dynamically showing the user the product that they added in their basket. Something else that we find is very important is to highlight your offering. So we don't have to offer anything extra, and this is a trend that you're going to see with our campaigns, that you don't have to offer a code or a discount in order to get the customer to convert. You can have a very clever messaging the way that Feel Unique do, where we are dynamically showing the user, hey, this is the product that you clicked on in Google Shopping that brought you to the page. And then because health and beauty is a very competitive vertical, we are also showing them a few of the USPs of the brand. So these are the reasons why you should buy from us as opposed to one of our competitors. And then we are making it very easy for the user to go to the product. See, this is another trend that we see when we have, again, a very varied product range. Sometimes the user needs a bit of help to navigate the website, because although you might think that, well, all the information is there, you would be surprised by how easily it is for users to get frustrated and abandon what they're doing simply because they can't find what they are looking for. I'm sorry this is in German, but they are one of the brands that I enjoy working with a lot. They are a brand from Germany and they have hundreds and thousands of products for pets. So because they have so many categories and subcategories, if you can see them here, as you can probably imagine, sometimes it gets a bit difficult for users to find specifically what they are looking for. So what we have done is we have created this campaign, of course, by analyzing exit intent analytics and analyzing where people abandon from, what are the main points where people leave from. And then we've created this campaign that is designed to help users find in an easier manner what they are looking for. So now When you click on one of these categories, you're going to be redirected to the main category, and it's going to be much easier for you as a user to find what you are looking for. This also translates into increased sales for the advertiser, because we are taking the user from point A to point B in 3 seconds as opposed to 5 minutes. So we are reducing a lot of the frustration when you can't find what you're looking for. And I'm sure you've all been there, because I've been there myself. Another campaign that uses dynamic elements, which is something that Intently is very well known for, is a campaign that is in its own right very versatile. Now, this campaign is something that I suggest to most brands that I work with, because this campaign sits again at the bottom of the funnel. And I know somebody asked us this prior to the call, how we can reduce basket abandonment. So obviously I was talking to you about email. Emails are great for when the user has already left the website. However, what do we do when the user is still on the website, but they want to leave? Now, we know that 85% of people that add an item in the cart leave, they don't buy it. Now, 85% of people with an item in the basket to abandon, that's a massive number. So we've created this campaign that is called a dynamic basket. Now, the dynamic basket is going to be a bit of a trend. So you're going to see this with Vanessa Bruno, if you can see it here in my bar as well. So what the campaign does is it dynamically pulls product that the user has added in their cart. It sends a very simple reminder by saying, hey, you forgot this item in your cart, don't leave without finalizing your purchase. And in some cases, based on what your objectives and your KPIs are, what it also does, it can also do an AOV push. So for instance, if you're offering free delivery after a certain threshold, like Zologo does, then our overlay can dynamically calculate how much more the user needs to spend in order to qualify for free delivery. Or it can tell the user, by the way, you've already spent the minimum threshold, you qualify for free delivery. And all of these messages, again, although we're not offering a code or any sort of discount, we see conversion rates of up to 37% on this campaign. This is a campaign that we are also running in other verticals. So it's a campaign that we are running in fashion as well, and we see amazing results as well. So with Vanessa Bruno, we are also doing a dynamic basket. I'm sorry that my internet is a bit slow and it takes a bit to load, but similarly, we are seeing incredible results. Now, I was saying that this campaign is very versatile in itself because it can be changed. So based on your KPIs, we can say, you have this item in your basket. With Zologo, we said, if you spend 29 euros more, you will get free delivery. But with Vanessa Bruno, they wanted to have a focus on the fact that you can pay in installments. So because they wanted to have a focus on the fact that you can pay in 3 months, you don't have to pay now, they are increasing the number of conversions because people have more options. So this is the way that Intently uses your KPIs to get more customers. I don't want you to think that we are limited on these. Like I said, everything is created from scratch, and we can have all kinds of campaigns. We can have traffic shaping campaigns that will help the user navigate your website easier. We can have threshold push campaigns that will increase your AOV. We can have new customer acquisition campaigns that will bring new customers and convert them specifically. And we can also have customer retention campaigns when we want to keep users on the website. Now, this is not something, so this debugger here is not something that you're ever going to have to face. It's something that we use internally. However, we have high level of transparency. So that means that that one of our sort of USPs is the fact that you have access to our dashboard. So on top of the Viv Networks dashboard, where you can see clicks, conversions, and performance overall, you will also get access to our dashboard that you won't need to, you don't need to change anything in it. Show you the kind of insights that you would get by and is just as an extra. So on top of the fact that we are a fully managed service and we take care of all of these campaigns from design to tech implementation and testing, optimization, be able to see every time. So I will pass over to Geej now, and she will show you our dashboard.
Cool. So obviously Marina took you through how we're doing our main solutions, and obviously how the overlay is working live on an advertiser's website, which is amazing. However, as Marina mentioned, it is very, very important that you actually get as well access to our dashboard. And our dashboard is an amazing tool to utilize and for you to combine, let's say, with your GA results and, for example, with your with networks reporting. So it's a tool that gives you full transparency, so you can see the rules and basically the rules that maneuvering or dictating when the relevant message needs to be shown. You also have an access to the overlays themselves, so you can see the overlays, how they look, and the whole functionality behind them, and you can obviously access the reporting. So I think although Marina mentioned some of the triggering points that we have with rules, if I open one of the rules just for you guys to see how they look and how they work, and I'm going to go and so recap the triggering points that are in the rules. You need to bear with me, it's opening. So you can still see my screen. So in the rules, there will be certain basically, would always blacklist, as an example, confirmation page. We can blacklist any other pages that you feel you don't want to show the campaigns. But we can obviously whitelist as well. So some advertisers, they want to show certain campaigns only in the certain URLs. Although Marina mentioned that, I think it's really, really important that we would always blacklist network UTM source. So this is our predominantly how we work with networks. We would never jeopardize the relationship that you created with all other affiliates via Viv networks. As well as Marina mentioned, we can sort of target specific UTM sources. And her example with like a social was amazing campaign. I always use another example with the Google AdWords. So for example, if you have a Google AdWords address, the user comes via that UTM source. We can obviously detect the UTM source, the user browsed around, they're leaving the site, they're going to see a message that's going to be relevant to the user's journey. So you're again connecting to the user psychologically. So obviously that incoming UTM source is really, really important, because we can understand where the user is coming from and whether they want to see the message, they want to see the message, and etc. As granular as to the postcode. We have, for example, advertisers in the UK that want to specifically expand in London area and specifically in Chelsea. Is like a quite sort of affluent neighborhood, and we showing overlays only to the users if they're coming from that specific postcode. So that's really relevant to the advertiser. We can obviously target new versus existing users. However, we can also do based on sessions. So for example, if the user returns second time, third time, or whatever, we did some campaigns as an example with Karen Millen. We had a dynamic key on the side. If the user returns within 30 days and they made a purchase within those 30 days, in particular, Karen Millen was rewarding the user straight away when the user would land on the site. They wanted to develop a loyalty. So obviously they've seen the user is not purchasing if they're returning second and third time. What we did specifically in this campaign, we actually improved the loyalty by almost 8%. So the users are converting second and third time when they come on the site. We would obviously have page views. So, we can have campaign based on the page views. We can do A/B testing. A/B testing is a fantastic tool for yourselves to understand what converts your user. You can A/B test different incentives. You can A/B test completely different messages. Sometimes a simple thing as a message, which is again, you connect to the user psychologically, can have completely different conversion. Buy now, or actually maybe progress to your purchase to different CTAs, can have completely different conversion rates. All the setup obviously done by us, but completely based on you. And obviously different dynamic keys, again, technically anything in your data layer of the website can be as a dynamic key. Obviously, Maria mentioned that all our overlays based on an exit intent strategy. However, what we actually discovered over a couple of years, that lots of users, they come on the site, they copy the name of the product, and what they do, they leave the site, they go to Google, they look alternative. I, for example, always get Amazon free delivery, so there's no point for me paying for delivery. I try to find product. So we can actually show an overlay when the user copies and clicks basically copy the product name. So there's different dynamic keys in your web data layer that we can use in order to trigger the information into the overlay. Again, all done by us and our tech team. Obviously, we show overlays on desktop, mobile, and tablet. So we target all devices that your user is coming by from.
Because we are a bit tight on time, I think we should refer to some of your questions. I'm sure you can see. I'm not sure if you can hear me properly. Starting with the first question regarding, do we have any requirement or any regarding the size of the e-shop or minimum commissions level? No, we don't limit ourselves. We don't refuse any brands regardless of their size. What we do is, if we have a brand that is at the beginning, so they have very, very low traffic, we do advise we start a bit later when the traffic hits up to 20,000 unique users on a monthly basis. But we do see results with brands of that size as well. That everything is stated based on your KPIs. And then we have a question regarding which is the best segment for collaboration. So across all verticals, we can even work with brands that don't have a basket. So we can work with aggregators, we can work with insurance companies, we can work with companies that need to do lead gen, and we do lead gen in very clever ways. We can collect email addresses and the user can consent to it. The user would consent to giving us the email address on an overlay. They will hit the tick box. They will say, yes, I consent. You can have my email address. We will collect those in our dashboard, the one that Deidre has shown you. And you can either come in and you can manually download those email addresses, which is very easy. You can get them as a CSV and then import them into your CRM. Or if you want to make things very smooth and you don't want to think about it, then you can connect via an API. So you can connect an API into our dashboard. And if we collect an email address from a user, then you can sync it with your CRM and have that flawless, system where everything is in sync and you don't have to do any manual work. We have another question regarding, would it be possible to try a cooperation for a trial period? Yes, absolutely. So we actually highly encourage that we have a trial period where we can test different campaigns, where we can see the results. Now, Intently doesn't have any contracts. You're not tied into anything. So we do require, let's say, if you're not happy with the solutions, or if you think that the results could be better, it's all very collaborative. So somebody else was asking if it would be possible to have a call regularly. Yes. So because we are a fully managed service, we create the designs, and there is a question regarding if we can change the design seasonally. Yes, we can. So we can change the design based on seasonality, if we want something more summery, or if we have, let's say, a Black Friday offer, or if we have something that is only an offer that is valid, let's say, for a limited time, we can change the designs. Everything is done by us in-house, and there is no changing the designs. On top of that, we have a tech team that will do the technical setup. So we'll set all of those rules to make sure that the campaigns trigger for the right people at the right time. And we also have an account management team. Now, you will be assigned an account manager when you work with us, and the account manager will have regular calls with you. We'll go over the results from the dashboard. Again, the results that you have access to. So everything is very transparent. We'll reevaluate what your objectives are. And then based on that, they will propose optimization. So yes, we can also do A/B testing. So we can test on different portions of the traffic to see how effective a particular campaign is. The result of an A/B test that we did with Hotel Chocolat here in the United Kingdom was that a 9% off discount for new users actually performs better than a 10% off discount. So going back to the user psychology, by having this test, we were able to give a lower discount to the user, have it a bit unique, and still, have the results from that A/B test. We can have A/B testing based on traffic sources as well. We can display our campaigns to 10% or 15% of the traffic. So everything is very collaborative in the sense that if you tell us what your terms are, we can set up the rules in a way that will reflect that. We have a question regarding what is the difference between our solutions and a company called Exponia. I'm going to admit that I'm not very familiar with Exponia, but I will tell you what sets us apart from other competitors. First of all, we have a high level of personalization and segmentation. So none of our competitors are as fully managed and fully serviced as we are. Our competitors typically have some sort of setup fee, contract, design fee, or design change fee. To us, with us, everything is included in the CPA model. We also have a very fast turnaround time. So you can expect to get designs from us or a technical setup and can be live with us in a very short amount of time. I've had clients that I went live with within a week from the call to actually going live, to creating the designs, approving the strategy, and then doing the technical setup and going live on the website. In terms of in-house solutions, our solution took 8 years to develop. And we work with brands that are at an enterprise level. If you're familiar with Currys here in the UK, they're a very, or with the Electrolux group, which we have an amazing relationship with, they prefer our solution over the in-house one because of the presentation we can do, the targeting that we can do, and also because we have the dynamic elements. So no other companies have been able to replicate so far the dynamic elements that we can have, and showing the user visually, this is the product you clicked on, this is the product that you are interested in, this is an offer that is relevant to you based on the category you're abandoning from. So we have this high level of personalization, and everything can be tailored and created for you in a very short time. Because if you were to same solution in-house, first of all, it would take a lot of your tech time, years and years, same as it took us. You would have to, have a lot of resources. So that's why a lot of companies prefer us over other competitors, because we do everything and it's very risk-free. These are the questions, but if you have any other questions, then I will invite you to have a call with myself or Gidra. I promise you that we're not going to have any technical issues this time. We will make sure of it.
I think I would like to summarize some things. So just to probably summarize, because we spoke so much about everything. Implementation super easy. Marina mentioned GTM. However, we can also implement with Shopify. We can implement site-wide if you're working with other platforms. It's literally one step integration. We are part of GTM, part of Shopify. We have idiot-proof instructions that literally have images, how to implement the tag. So you don't need any back-end developments or a team to get involved in, etc. All tracking is done by web networks. We work purely via CPA. So there's no any other setup, launch fees, and etc. You only pay CPA if we convert the user to purchase. Again, to highlight this, you don't pay if the user sees our overlay. You don't pay if the user closes our overlay. You only pay if the user positively engages with our CTA. So basically, clicks on call to action, progresses to purchase. Then we are, paid dedicated CPA, default CPA that you have with networks. So a same CPA as you have with all other affiliates. We would always blacklist affiliate traffic, which I think is really, really important. All designs, all tech is done by us with 100% approval from the advertiser. So that's really, really important. Nothing ever goes live before it gets full approval from you and before it gets 100% testing from our team. You also get access to our dashboard immediately. So you can access the rules, the overlays, and the reporting, which unfortunately I had no time to show you. But as Marina said, if you get in touch, we can show you this personally. And obviously, you get a full optimization and full service. So that's, I think, an amazing additional benefit, because again, you don't pay, you only pay purely via CPA. So you get a dedicated account manager who would sit there, analyze the stats, look through your competitors, suggest a strategy that would work the best for your website. This is us. It's quite simple and quite easy. So get in touch with your account manager in Web Networks, and obviously they can refer you to us. Or if you have any questions, just get in touch directly. We open to any conversations. So for example, even if you have internal solutions you work with, we can still work with you. So we can have dynamic keys. If the user haven't engaged with your internal solutions, then maybe we can show them an overlay that will have completely different messaging, So there are ways of working with, even if you work with our competitors, or if you have internal solutions, or if you don't work with anyone, we are happy to have a call with you and guide you through the process. You don't have to launch with us, just give us a call. We'll go through all options and etc. Again, you don't tie yourself to any contractual basis. So it's quite straightforward and easy. Marina, anything to add?
I would just like to thank everyone for joining us today. We are expecting you to have a call with us. Like Gidra said, there is absolutely no pressure to work with us. You can simply talk to us. We'll have a look at your website together, identify some of the things that we can improve, and then everything is very collaborative after that. So thank you, everyone. Hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, and we'll be waiting for your emails. Speak to you soon.
Thank you, Team Viv Networks, for organizing the call. Bye,
Thank you, Viv
guys.
Networks. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.